Hello, welcome once again to Enjoy Learning French. Bonjour tout le monde. Comment allez-vous? Je vais bien. We are on take 4.2 today. In take 4.2, the title is French Words Borrowed and Used in English. As I explained before, both languages have borrowed some expressions from each other which they used and have been accepted as part of the language. This session will focus on the French words that have been borrowed by the English and are used frequently and have been accepted without problem. What you have to note is that these French words, some of them are not pronounced exactly the same way as they are pronounced originally in French, though the meanings are the same. Alright, let's move on. The first commonest word that the English have borrowed from French is fiancé. Fiancé. Fiancé means being engaged to somebody that you are about to marry. But the English will never say I'm engaged to this person. They'll rather say this and this person is my fiancé. So we have borrowed that word fiancé from French. Our second example is souvenir. Souvenir. The original French pronunciation is souvenir, which means remembrance or an object you have bought, an artifact that gives you memories of time past. So the English will rather pronounce it as souvenir, souvenir, but the original French pronunciation is souvenir. Our third example is coup d'etat. Coup d'etat. This expression is heard almost in countries that have political instability. Coup is blow. So coup d'etat literally means blow. The government has received a blow, which in English means an overthrow of what? Government. But that one is too long for us. So we prefer to borrow the French shortly and say there is a coup d'etat. There is a coup d'etat, meaning political instability in a particular country. Our fourth example is cafe. Cafe. We use it in English a lot, especially in Anglophone countries. You hear them say internet cafe, internet cafe. Cafe literally means coffee. But in this sense, we are not talking about coffee. We are talking about a place that a lot of people meet together for joyous reasons, for nice reasons. So that's why we have said internet cafe, meaning the place that people meet to go and have what? To browse on the net. The cafe is borrowed from French. Let's move on with another word which we have been seeing on our invitation cards, especially wedding invitation cards. We have RSVP. RSVP. It's borrowed from French. That is the abbreviation for si répondez, s'il vous plaît. Répondez, s'il vous plaît. A polite way of saying please reply. So whenever you see RSVP on your invitation card, that is French, which the English have what? Borrowed, meaning that you should reply to the invitation. Okay, let's also talk about another expression, vis-a-vis, vis-a-vis, which literally means face to face, and then more in the grammatical sense, in relation to, when we are making comparisons, we use that. Then we have another word which is cliche. Cliche. Cliche is also a French word, but the English borrow it a lot. It simply means when we have overused a word, making it worthless, then we say, oh, and those cliches. When there are too many repetitions of a word, then we call that one as what? Cliche. Cliche. Then our last example for the day is ensemble. Ensemble. But when the English borrowed the original French ensemble, they pronounced it as ensemble, and we normally use this word for symphonies or orchestra. So you will hear people say dance ensemble, dance ensemble. It is not ensemble, it has been borrowed from French but pronounced to suit the English. So it's ensemble, ensemble. But we pronounce it as what? Dance ensemble, ensemble. Okay, let me go over these borrowed words that the English use again. Fiancé, fiancé. Souvenir, souvenir. Vis-à-vis, vis-à-vis. Cliché, cliché. Café, café. Coup d'état, coup d'état. RSVP, RSVP. Ensemble, which the English will pronounce as ensemble, ensemble. Okay, it has been our practice at Enjoy Learning French channel that we don't only learn words, but we try to apply these words. How do we apply them? We try and use them in sentences to make sure that we have understood the word that we have learned for the day. So for practice for our session today, these are our sentences that we have. In the English, we say, Michael is my fiancé. Michael is my fiancé. In the French, we say, Michel est mon fiancé. Michel est mon fiancé. Second pratique, I bought some souvenirs. I bought some souvenirs. Translating to me, j'ai acheté des souvenirs. J'ai acheté des souvenirs. All right, let's move on to our third example. There is a coup d'état in Mali. Translated to mean in French, il y a un coup d'état au Mali. Il y a un coup d'état au Mali. Then let's take our last sentence for the pratique. Le café est à côté. Le café est à côté. Meaning that café is just around the corner. Le café est à côté. Café is just around the corner. I can see you are surprised that all these words sometimes that you hear are all French expressions. Yes. So I've been telling you, you know some French already. This is a proof. All right. What should you do? Download the video again. Play as many times as you want. Listen to the pronunciation that I've given you and repeat as you hear me repeat the words in the video. And try and form your own sentences as I have done for you. So that next time when you hear these words being used, you will not be surprised. You have learned some French. I am always your French teacher, Madame Esther. I have always believed and maintained that learning French should be easy. Merci. Au revoir. À la prochaine.